If you have ever had anything important to say and want to be heard, then the philosophy of treat others how you wish to be treated applies here. And I please ask that you watch this video to the end because my heart is speaking to you. This is the story of Hero Cow. In Poland, Hero Cow was taken from her pen to be sent to slaughter. And the farmer told his workers before loading her into the truck to tranquilize her because she had previously tried to escape. And the workers didn't listen to the farmer and just assumed that Hero Cow would comply. And she ran straight through a metal fence and broke a worker's arm. She headed towards the trees and she reached the shoreline of a lake. And with nowhere to run and the workers close behind her, she swam. The workers even reported seeing her dive underwater, and she swam to a cluster of islands. And these islands are tiny, there was no food on these islands, but she had no intention of returning. And the vet was out of gas ammunition for the tranquilizers, and Hero Cow was worth like $1,500 to this farmer. So he began leaving food for her on the island in the hope that he would get her back. And she lived like this for 4 weeks. This reached local news, and a governor offered Hero Cow sanctuary on his farm. So a vet and some rescuers came on a boat, this time to rescue her and save her and not send her to slaughter. And when Hero Cow saw them approaching, she swam to the next island. And they pursued her through foliage for several hours and shot her with 3 darts before she went down. And when she got into the truck, she had a heart attack and died. And there's many stories of animals escaping trucks and factory farms and slaughterhouses. There was a pig that jumped 16 foot from a moving truck onto a highway. Another pig in China escaped and arrived at a Buddhist temple where she knelt down on her knees and appeared to pray, but she was probably just so exhausted from running for her life. And she was slaughtered shortly after being recaptured by her owner. My name is Binny Pitwell, and I have been an animal activist for many years, trying all different types of activism. Anonymous for the Voiceless is where we stand showing footage of slaughterhouses and factory farms and do outreach to people in the street. I attended many marches and protests and helped organise and coordinate Animal Rebellion, where we camped in central London for 2 weeks and caused civil disobedience trying to be heard. The police were arresting us and taking our tents and our possessions, and it was one of the most challenging to endure. The most traumatic was bearing witness to the Animals with the Animal Save movement, where we would stop the trucks on the way to slaughter at traffic lights and ask the driver for 2 minutes with the animals. And we would look through the gaps in the truck and show these animals some love and compassion in their final moments before death. And we would look into their eyes and say, "I'm sorry, I see you, I'm trying." We'd give them water, and I've never seen so much suffering. These animals would be covered in bite marks, their uteruses hanging out, their eyes full of terror. And while we were doing this, passers-by would shout things at us. And I was so traumatized. I hated humanity. I was so angry and upset. I couldn't even go home for Christmas to be around my family. I didn't want to be around meat. And during this time, I was also working as a stripper, drinking a lot of alcohol, living in a very low vibration. So eventually I burnt out and I flew to Costa Rica to recharge. I drank ayahuasca for the first time, and all she showed me was the suffering of animals and the hatred I had for others and for myself. And an elder told me if I really want to help animals, then first I have to make myself strong. And so I dedicated myself to my healing. A few years later, I can truly say that I am moving from a place of love and not pain. Yes, I still feel the emotion, but it's not this rage and anger and hatred. I am committed to helping animals for the rest of my life, and I am raising money for a non-profit animal sanctuary here in Costa Rica for escapees to come and live their life in peace, and all proceeds will go to ending factory farming. By supporting this project means that I can fully dedicate my time and energy to this cause, and together we can end factory farming. Thank you for listening to this video, and please donate.
Time and trial has taken us, yet we do not falter, we stand and rise.